Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I'm Darth, and today I'm gonna be dropping another video. Today, you read the title, talking about being a relatively late bloomer. Now, let me preface this by saying I'm growing healthily, and things are coming along nicely in my development. And this isn't a video complaining at all, or anything like that. It's just some observations that I've had, and things similar to that. So let's just get right into it. Now, I'd like to start this one off by saying I'm very grateful that I'm not one of those people who have like seriously stunted growth. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw this one video about this guy who never really got testosterone during puberty, and he was like he was like freakishly tall, like 6'3", but he still sounded like a little kid. He had no hair anywhere, if you know what I'm saying, and he was just freakishly underdeveloped. But happy end to the story though is that he got on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, and that cleared up all his issues. Mainly the thing that stopped him from reaching his growth potential is that he didn't have enough testosterone. And then on the other side of the coin, there's people like Hasbullah. For any of you who know, I'll put an image up on screen, and essentially he's a grown man. Like, I'm pretty sure he's in his 30s or 40s now, but he has the appearance and the sound of a like very young child, like 3, 4, 5 type age. Dude, there's even this goofy clip of I forget his name, but it's some fighter. I think he's like a UFC fighter. Holding up Hasbullah and spinning him around. It's crazy, bro. But yeah, so let me start off by saying that I'm not complaining, and also I don't have anything crazy like that. I'm more of your stereotypical late bloomer, where the only difference between me and a normal person is that the end of my growth is just a little bit postponed, not even by much, to be honest. So let me take it back to school. I've always been a little bit behind the other kids in terms of my actual body development. I've actually always been taller and heavier, only by a little bit, but taller and heavier than the other kids in my grade, just because of my genetics. But in terms of actual like development, I've always been a little bit behind. So what do I mean by that? Essentially, my voice has always been a little bit more higher pitched, my features a little bit more childlike, and things like that. But none of that is really a big deal, especially in the earlier years, like elementary school and even middle school. But now that I'm in like high school and I'm coming up this fall of my junior year, it's definitely becoming more prevalent / noticeable. And it's partially due to the fact that I'm born in June, and then a lot of kids, for whatever reason, are born in like the later, colder months, December and all that. So they actually get older during the school year. And see, I just turned 16 in June, and I'm not gonna be 17 until next June. But there are some people who are 16 years old already, and they're coming up on 17 in this next school year. And it could be like even at the beginning or around like December. So these people are they're gonna have a year on me, essentially. So where was I? Oh yeah, so essentially, I've been a little bit behind the other kids in my grade, usually because they actually have a year on me. And now that I think about it, that actually changes things a lot. But nonetheless, I would still consider myself somewhat of a late bloomer, just because things that I may have expected to come in, or things that I may expect to come in, haven't done so yet. So just let me give you some examples. I have armpit and down there hair, but I don't have any chest hair or arm hair really. And then, you know, the most obvious one that shows maturing in terms of being a male is beard / facial hair. I don't have any of that going on. And I know this stuff is normal, but that's what I just mean by being a late bloomer. It's I'm blooming late, so those things are most likely to come in later. And then obviously you can hear my voice now. It's not like I sound like a squeaker or anything, but I'm definitely not at my adult voice yet. I'm not even close. Well, I mean, hopefully, you know, I'd like to have that low, smooth, talkative voice, but I guess I wouldn't be too upset if I was stuck with this voice for the rest of my life, but, you know, hopefully not. But either way, I recognize that my development is going on mostly, you know, fine, and there's nothing actually wrong with me. I'm completely healthy and normal, and I'm actually quite capable in terms of physicality and athleticism and such, but I do also recognize that in terms of my peers, I'm a little bit behind. Good news is though, I was talking to ChatGPT about it, and apparently there's these things called like the tenure stages or something like that, that are signals of different periods of growth during the puberty stages. There's like stages 1 through 5, and I'll put something in the description, you can look into it. But essentially, there's different markers of your development that show what stage you're at, and I'm pretty sure, depending on like how I was answering, I'm on stage 3. after further evaluation, I've figured out that they're called the Tanner stages, and I'm more likely to be on stage 4. So yeah, reevaluate what I'm saying inside of the video and keep that in mind. But yeah, there are 5 stages, and right now I'm in like stage 4. If you're still in your puberty ages, you should check as well to see where you're at. It's pretty interesting. Like I said, I'll leave something in the description talking about it. But back to the video. And what that means is that the chances that my growth plates are closed are actually kind of low. And so what are the growth plates? Essentially, growth plates are like these cartilage areas in the wrists and the ankles and like your joints that aren't bone yet. So what that means is if your body wants to get longer or taller or make your wingspan longer or make you stronger or not stronger, you know what I mean, essentially. It can do that. Your bones can get longer is basically what it means. And so at my growth stage, my growth plate should still be open. And what that means is if I keep up good habits like eating right and sleeping right and all that good stuff, then I can probably squeeze out a little bit more height gain. Because I'm at about 5'10", 5'11" right now, which is a perfectly fine height. And I'm not complaining about it either. But you know, any extra height I can get, I'm never gonna complain about it. In fact, I'll be quite happy. So I'm hoping that, you know, before my growth plates close up, because that cartilage in the joints, they turn into bone. And once it's bone, there's no really getting taller after that. So I'm hoping that with the little bit of time that I have left to keep growing, which is boys like stop developing between like 16 and 18, around that age, I'm hoping that I can use all my time left that I have to squeeze out all that extra height and good stuff. But yeah, I just came on here today to talk about that. Quick little video today, not a lot to go on. It's kind of later in the day, like 7 something. And you know, for those of you who don't know that are watching this is a part of the summer series, a project where I'm uploading 1 video a day for the rest of summer, just so I can build good habits like discipline, consistency, all that good stuff. And you know, I couldn't just skip out today, and I kept saying later and later and later, and then eventually it's like, okay, wait, it's getting kind of late. I gotta lock in and record this video. So that's where I am here now. It was actually kind of hard deciding what I should make this video about. Again, I still have stuff like written down, but none of it was really like speaking to me today. But this topic, the being a late bloomer, I figured, you know, why not? And you know, every day I'm getting older and bigger and stronger, so I might as well start talking about it while I look my youngest, you know. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. I've been Darth. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'm out. Bye-bye. P.S. I've been watching this anime called Engage Kiss, and it is so good. Okay, it's very good. I don't care what anybody says. I'm gonna be making a video about it when I'm done. And I hopefully, you know, I hope the ending isn't like gut-wrenching or anything, because that'll be really that'll be a pain. But so far I'm on like episode 4 or 5, and I'm loving this anime. I'm for sure gonna be posting a video about it. So stay tuned for that, especially if you like the anime and if you've seen it before. But if you haven't seen it before, I'll talk about it in my video and we can both get our, you know, first impressions on. But yeah, that's all I had to say. See ya.